This is one of those situations that escalates fast, and for all the wrong reasons. What starts as a simple act of public recording quickly turns into a tense, unpredictable confrontation filled with threats, confusion, and a man repeatedly claiming to be 5150, a term tied to mental health crises and potential danger. But here's the real question. When emotions run high and someone begins making violent threats in a public space.
Yep, he took off. He went down that way.
Okay. What do you want to...
I mean, we're just standing here taking video, and the restaurant. Hey,
our property and back and forth.
Yeah, that's not your property.
I've been going.
Okay, no.
So they're playing
We didn't talk to anybody. We didn't. Yeah, I'll talk to you. We didn't engage with anybody.
Okay.
We're just out here taking some video.
Okay.
You know that's perfectly legal, I'm assuming.
You're on the boardwalk?
Yeah, and I'm assuming that space right there is public access because it connects to the public sidewalk right there.
I would agree with you on that.
Right? Can I get your name and badge number, by the way?
Yeah. Lund 1525.
Appreciate it. So yeah, this manager right here in the blue shirt came at both of us several times in a very hostile manner, which would be legal. He's still doing it. Look, he's still doing it. He's harassing him. Legally, he's assaulting him. You know, no contact assault.
Go, go.
Get out of the way of this car. The guy, I mean, they just riled everybody up.
Yeah.
Like, all we were doing is standing here taking some video. We had been here maybe like 7 minutes, if that. And the guy that was sitting right here that I called about.
Right here, you can already see the tension building. And it's not just about personal space anymore. The repeated demand to keep your distance might sound like an attempt at control, but when paired with threats and aggressive behavior, it becomes something much more serious. Notice how the person filming remains composed, asking simple, direct questions like, "What are you investigating?" That's not just curiosity, that's strategy. When someone is trying to assert authority without a clear legal basis, asking calm, logical questions often exposes the weakness in their position.
Picked up one of the chairs and shoved it into me. I got it all on video.
Okay.
But
So
as soon as he knew I was...
He was like pushing...
I mean, it hit my arm,
but
and he pushed me back with it,
Okay.
And I almost pepper sprayed him, but the wind's going this way. I didn't want to spray this whole crowd, dude, because I've gotten attacked like this before. So, you know, I almost had to spray him. I didn't because I knew it would spray that whole crowd.
Okay.
And I said, if you do that one more time, you're going to get it right in your face.
Okay.
And then I called you guys, and he immediately started packing his up, him and his wife or whoever he was with, and they took off and went that way.
Would you want to press charges for battery?
Yeah, I would if you find him. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So if we
can't
find
just
him.
assault people. Yeah.
So you don't want to do it preemptively, just if we find him?
No, if you find him. Yeah,
Okay.
I can.
And what was his? Do you have the video?
Yeah, you want to? Yep.
So I can see it.
Yeah. Let me.
There's a lot of people out here. I'd like to.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we'll let all these guys know that. I mean,
they obviously don't know
that you guys are fine. They can't do
that's
anything.
completely legal. I mean, I understand if a couple people feel uncomfortable, but we had conversations with people.
Yeah.
They riled everybody up. It was crazy. All right, I'm going to stop.
Now this is where things take a serious turn. The individual openly identifying as 5150 and then pairing that with violent language is a massive red flag. In California, that term refers to someone who may be a danger to themselves or others due to mental instability. But here, it's being used almost like a warning or even a threat. Listen carefully to the wording. Repeated mentions of violence, claiming to be a natural-born killer, and openly challenging people to fight. This isn't just emotional outburst anymore. This is intimidation meant to provoke fear and reaction.
And then,
do you want me to screenshot it for you and like airdrop it to you or something?
no, I don't have AirDrop. I'll remember. He was wearing what color hat?
They don't go on the property. They're good.
Yeah.
You know.
So,
You got a photo.
So there's
I was just gonna ask that.
sidewalk goes through their kind of area. But the sidewalk obviously. I had no desire
Because it connects to the public.
It'd just be like if you went to where the tables are.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's public, right? That's completely public because it connects to the public sidewalk.
Yeah. Let me see.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's public sidewalk.
That's what I figured. Yeah. So yeah.
Any other questions for us?
No, I just wanted to get your partner's name and badge
Okay.
before you guys head out.
His is Johnson.
Johnson,
2139.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
rare that you guys have each other's badge
Yeah,
numbers.
well, we partner up a lot, so.
Oh, gotcha.
you
Okay.
remember.
So it was Johnson 2139 and Lund
1525.
1525.
Yeah.
I appreciate you
Yeah,
guys.
no problem.
We're probably gonna
Any
get out of
questions?
here.
Okay.
The natives are hostile. It's like Jesus. We were here like 7 minutes.
Nice to walk around La Jolla, good scenes.
I know, right? Ugh,
All right,
Jesus.
enjoy your weekend.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys' professionalism.
How's it going?
You too.
At this point, the situation is boiling over. The aggressor is now issuing countdown-style threats. 3 seconds, which is a classic intimidation tactic meant to force compliance through fear. It creates urgency, pressure, and panic. But here's the key detail. Threats like these don't carry legal authority. They're not commands backed by law. They're attempts to dominate the situation through aggression. And the more they're repeated, the more unstable the situation appears. Also notice how the insults and personal attacks start creeping in.
You're gonna hit me? I'm sorry, are you gonna threaten me, officer?
Are you trying to cause a scene right now? Because I'll arrest you for disorderly instead.
Why?
How'd you
I'm
like
doing
that?
what I'm doing my.
No, you're attempting to cause a scene here with
No,
these
I'm not.
people.
You just threatened to hit
You
me.
most certainly are.
You just threatened to hit me. You threatened to bash me.
201 from 222.
I don't get threatened in public. Sorry.
Could you respond to in front of the box lunch? Stop taking my photograph.
Nice for the officer. Be a gentleman.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
That goes both
that's
ways.
The problem right there.
that goes both ways.
Get that camera out of my face.
I'm on public property. I can do what I want.
That's not public property.
I am now.
You are so rude. Are you recording me? Are you
I'm in
recording
public.
me?
I'm a news person.
Hold on. Are you recording right now?
I am videotaping, which is in my constitutional rights.
It mostly is not.
It certainly is. In public, I have the right to record video and ambient noise. And
This is not
law
ambient noise.
enforcement has no respect, no expectation of privacy when you're doing your job. You're in uniform. You just threatened to bash me in the face, officer. That is a crime. Just because you have a badge does not mean you can threaten people to bash them in the face.
I hope you're. What crime was that?
I'm going to continue to roll on this, just so you know. The Boston police tried to. This is case law, right here. You got to study up on your law.
Oh, I forgot that you're a policeman.
You don't have to be abusive to me and threaten to
abusive.
smash me in the
Oh,
face
yeah.
with my camera because I took a photo and asked a question.
That's not what
This is the United States of America. Last time I checked, and I'm in public, and you just made a bunch of noise towards me, and I don't appreciate it.
I walked away from you and you followed me. Okay, that's what happened. I suppose we'll have to seize your camera as evidence, right?
You're not seizing my camera unless you have due cause.
Now we're entering extremely dangerous territory. The mention of mutual combat is being thrown around as if it's some kind of legal loophole, but in reality, it's being misunderstood and misused. Mutual combat laws don't simply mean you can threaten someone and then fight them if they don't leave. There are strict conditions, and more importantly, consent must be clear, not forced under intimidation. What we're seeing here is someone trying to justify potential violence after issuing repeated threats. The citizens, on the other hand, continue to stand their ground verbally while avoiding physical escalation.
Everything good, man? All right? All right, then.
Are you done? Are you done? Please stand over there.
Is that a lawful order?
That is
Don't
lawful
touch
order.
me. Don't
Stand
touch
over
me.
there.
Don't touch me.
I'm not going to touch you, but
Don't
get out of my
touch me.
spot.
I'm not in your spot.
You're
You
in
need
my
to back
spot.
out
This
of
is my
space.
investigation.
6
Please stand
feet.
over there.
6 feet. What are you investigating? This is a traffic stop. Is there a crime? Okay. Well, we videotape them. I'm not interfering. An interference is a physical act. I would have to be in between you and him, and I'm not. We just do it for your safety. There's a lot of people getting shot. They shot a guy in a wheelchair a couple of weeks ago.
I don't care if you film me, just don't stand behind me.
matter where I'm at, no matter where I'm at, you're turning around, I'll be behind you. Yes, you do care. I'm just filming you. Dude, what happens when you go to McDonald's? Nobody's behind you? That's what the big joke is.
This is the turning point. Law enforcement is now being contacted. And listen carefully to how the caller communicates. Calm, descriptive, and focused on facts. They clearly state the threats, mention the 5150 claims, and emphasize that they are trying to keep distance. When reporting a situation like this, clarity matters. Emotional yelling or exaggeration can actually hurt credibility, but here, the caller sticks to observable behavior. That increases the chances of a proper response from officers. Meanwhile, the aggressor continues escalating, even as the call is being made.
I got a camera. I'm out in the middle of public. You're at the end of my street. It's not about being tough. It's about accountability. And you don't want to be accountable. Yeah, but you guys mute them. You guys mute your cameras. And then when we try and get body camera footage, you guys don't want to give it up. So that's the struggle. So right now, you've wasted more of our resources. I'm working, and now you're wasting my money to call somebody else because you don't like me standing here. I've done nothing wrong. Nothing illegal. I wish I could go around and tell people not to stand behind me. That's weird. What was your name and badge number?
You can call headquarters and get all that.
Well, I think you're required to let me know since you engaged me.
Not part of my investigation.
You engaged me. And this isn't an investigation, it's a traffic stop. It is not a crime, it's a simple city ordinance that she broke. So see how you guys try and escalate? There is no crime here. She didn't commit a crime. You can't put up crime scene tape. You can't say there's an investigation. We got a lot of stuff going on here. We're trying to bridge the gap. Is there a possibility you could tell me the First Amendment that you took an oath to support? See, that's the struggle. This is right here, this is First Amendment. And it bothers you. That's weird.
And here it is, the moment everything shifts. Law enforcement arrives, and immediately, the tone of the situation changes. The same individual who was aggressively shouting moments ago is now faced with actual authority. But what's most important is what the officer says. The citizens are well within their rights to film. That single statement cuts through all the confusion, all the accusations, and all the intimidation that came before. You can also see how quickly order is restored once trained professionals take control. The chaos gives way to structure, and the focus shifts from confrontation to resolution. This is how situations like this are supposed to be handled.
You too. And serious, if I see you out, man, I have no ill will. I just want to film and get up. We want to hear what's going on. Not be pushed back to where we can't hear.
What started as a tense and unpredictable confrontation ultimately highlights a powerful truth. Staying calm, knowing your rights, and documenting everything can completely change the outcome of a situation. Despite repeated threats, intimidation tactics, and attempts to provoke a reaction, the individuals involved chose restraint over escalation, and that made all the difference. The arrival of law enforcement brought clarity, confirming that recording in public is not a crime, and that aggressive behavior has consequences when it crosses the line.